Hello, and welcome to Hannah, that is me, Builds in the Sims. So today I am building my childhood home. It's a build that I thought would be super fun because not only am I building something that's very familiar to me, that's actually pretty familiar to a lot of my friends I had growing up. It's also a challenge because I am building completely from memory. Now, my parents still live in this home, so I visit it fairly frequently, but it's still hard to build, anything from memory. Anyone you talk to might tell you that things aren't always remembered super accurately. So in the beginning, I started with just the structure of the house, what I remember, the shape of, the different features, the different rooms, this deck. Some of the things, I'm getting a FaceTime call. And it was my sister Chloe. Shout out to Chloe Bo. She is the reason I am making this video and have been making videos for the past couple weeks because she challenged me to make a video every week. I will put her channel link in the description. But I'm curious to see what she has to say about this because obviously she's my sister. She also grew up in this home. This was the only house we had growing up. We literally never moved. I was 0 years old there until I moved out to go to college. So with that back, I'm actually really excited because there was a new free update in The Sims just recently, and I do get to use a sliding door, which is really exciting. That's one of the first times I've actually used that. Here I'm doing this will end up being the kitchen. Also, another part I found really difficult about this house was making the windows accurate but also match each other. So I think one of the biggest and I was trying to get rid of that floor piece. I ended up just leaving it because it was being absolutely obnoxious. So a lot of the parts of this house I went it was a challenge being both accurate and functional. So I wanted it to stay functional as a house in The Sims, but I also wanted to include a lot of aspects of the actual house. For example, I was trying to put in a staircase for the attic right there, which is where it is, but it couldn't physically go over the actual staircase, which is what it is in reality. So in The Sims, I had to make a lot of, not sacrifices, but a lot of, oh my God, I can't think of the word. I had to oh geez, oh boy, I can't think of the word. So here I am making the attic. It's not exactly what the attic actually is like. Actually, the attic's probably most similar. And then doing the roof. Okay. Because of the attic. So in reality, the roof, the attic is in the roof. Where in this, I don't know, it looks ridiculous to me. I think the roof looks ridiculous because it was impossible to make 100% accurate. So yeah, obviously the house is yellow. Our house, my childhood home is actually, my parents are repainting it literally right now. So I thought maybe, it's not going to be yellow. Of course it was yellow my entire childhood. And so we actually have a bright blue door. I was trying to find something like that. I think obviously I went with that because it was the most accurate. So the outside was honestly probably the easiest, especially with colors. So you will find in this, especially if you know my home, my childhood home, or you're obviously my parents, you're living there right now. If you're watching this, you're probably going to look around and be like, that is not the color of this thing. But I'm doing my absolute best. So this is the dining room. It's actually like a bright gold, but that is not a color that exists. So I kind of settle for this, I think. And then the kitchen, I don't remember because it was remodeled. Most of the walls in my house are blue. Um, if I think blue is a good thing to settle on in my home. Most of the rooms are blue. Um, this room is actually a much darker green, but once again, that wasn't something that was available. Um, so the furniture is actually really interesting. I think I get like the most accurate colors, but not the most accurate. Oh, there we go. That's still not an accurate green for the walls, TBH. But I'm trying to do the most accurate colors for the furniture. And once again, it's like, do I match things? Do I make the furniture match? Do I to actually make it like look good in the game? Or do I sacrifice the accuracy to make it look better? So I guess I just decided that I would make it as accurate as I could, regardless of how it actually looked in The Sims, because even though I can't get the exact color swatches, I just thought that would be the most interesting. And regardless of how it ended up looking in the end, it was most accurate of what my childhood home looked like. So I think I was trying to I really wanted something. So this is like, we have shelves there. Obviously, like there's a back to the shelves, so I think that was a harder thing for the fireplace. Now I'm looking for a TV that's pretty accurate. And then we do have a love seat right there. So there's not like a little ottoman there, but it is a recliner, which is not a thing in The Sims. And then we also have a long leather ottoman there. So I felt like that was the most accurate. And we do have a white shag rug. So I'm very proud of the accuracy of the rug. Some of the things, obviously the accuracy towards reality is questionable, but when I nail something, it's really exciting. So yeah, I think, I don't know, this was a really fun challenge. Also, there are radiators everywhere in my childhood home because yeah, there is a mirror up there. It is a mirror. Because it's a pretty old house, so that was kind of exciting. And I didn't forget to put all of the papers and files under the ottomans because that's what I do when I clean. So we have like an oval dining table. So I couldn't decide if I wanted to do like a long one or a circle one. The circle one, I actually don't remember what I go with. Do I go with a circle table? I think so, because it's more accurate. I think you can fit more chairs around it. A square table just like doesn't even have a similar vibe. It's also fun because our dining room chairs are kind of scattered about the lower level. And then we do have a buffet here and a little dish cabinet. And then there is a sewing machine in this corner, the opposite corner where I almost placed that, but it does not exist. Like, there's nothing, like this corner, there is literally nothing comparable to a sewing machine to put in there. So I don't really remember what I end up putting in there. I think it's just another desk. Yeah, because occasionally we do have a desk in that room. And we have a piano. It's not an electric piano in this room, but obviously the only other piano is like enormous and definitely isn't accurate to the size of the piano we have in this sunroom. Either a child is screaming below me or my roommate snuck in and now he's like whistling. So these are actually me and my sister's senior portraits. So those are us, Chloe. Um, and then the rug was actually pretty hard. My parents actually have been going through this dilemma. They were trying to find a rug for a while and they couldn't settle on anything for the dining room. I think because they wanted something teal, but it was interesting with like the gold walls. Like it's harder to find something teal that has like aspects of gold in it. So we do have these 3 bushes in my, well, those are the front bushes. We do also have those bushes, but we have these 3 bushes in front of our house. And to me, those were kind of iconic. Also, I didn't want to make one of them a pee bush because I didn't want Sims peeing in our front yard. I think that's disgusting. One of those bushes, if you're not familiar with The Sims, you can pee in. So this was another thing. The like shading of the windows, like the color choice, was really, really difficult for me to decide on. One, because I don't remember, and two, because I use so many different types of windows. They all didn't have accurate, like, or not accurate, but like similar swatches to each other. So I did include a couple cars because, you know, real people park in driveways. So this was the hardest part, was actually finagling this little bit. So I originally tried to put, because I have a basement, right? And so this door normally goes out to the side of the driveway, but it's like the stairs for it are inside. So like that little room is really difficult. I ended up having to put the stairs outside. And this is also rough because I don't remember what our kitchen looks like. Like I remember like where things are placed, but I, for the life of me, didn't know what color the cabinets were or what color. I'm assuming our appliances are silver. I did remember kind of where the cabinets were placed and what the cabinets look like. I think these are more accurate, maybe like the upper like cabinets, than necessarily the and wait, this thing I'm placing, that speaker is our Amazon Alexa. It is representative of the Amazon Alexa in my parents' home. We have one in the kitchen. And these, yeah, like again with the oh my gosh, curtains. Curtains are really difficult, especially with windows that are like slightly different. I think the ones I went with were like most accurate. Also, our microwave is higher, and I had a lot of trouble with the trash can in the kitchen because the trash can is actually under the sink, and in The Sims there is not an option for that, so I kind of had to just like put it somewhere. And I ended up moving where it is currently. I absolutely hated where I had placed it, because why is there just like a trash can in front of a cabinet? That doesn't make any sense in reality. I'm also randomly placing, like if I find something and I know it goes somewhere else in the house, I just kind of put it there before I lose the object entirely. I think that's a fair thing to do. And that was our Keurig. We also have some cabinets here, or not cabinets, but that is our pantry. So that's where we keep food. So I kind of did that with cabinets. So the downstairs bathroom, I actually really loved making because it's very small. I knew we had like some blue-ish wallpaper. This was really hard, this shower, because none of the shower curtains looked good at all. But ow. Oh, I apologize for my squeaky chair. I was sitting on my ankle. I really had to move it. So I'm actually really proud of the downstairs bathroom. I think it's one of the most accurate rooms in the house. Not ironically, but it's very small. So like it's hard to do it wrong. Also, I realized we have like no outside chairs. Like, you know, the classic, we literally have that outdoor sitting set that every single person and their grandmother has. You know what I'm talking about? The like metal one, and it has the weird like diamondy holes in it. And I'm realizing there are no like metal outdoor seats or even tables, I guess, for that matter. Like, why just make that exact set? Literally everyone owns it, and it would be the most accurate for builds like these where people are making things that are situated in reality. So I had to kind of move this over to accommodate some of the changes in the actual structure of the house. I think there are some flowers here. I'm sad the lot I built this on wasn't big enough for some of the landscaping. Like, I couldn't make my mother's garden, which is out in the front yard, but I was also way too lazy to move the lot, mostly because it is in a world currently where I am actually playing in it. So I'm playing in the world where I am building this house. So I didn't want to move it and have it disrupted in that way. So this is my parents' room. Finding their bed was pretty difficult. I mean, once again, there's like no beds. Like we have a lot of beds, but the variation of beds you can have in reality is so much more than what we have in The Sims as far as beds go. So it was a little like sad to have to settle for something. I think this is most accurate just because it's fairly plain. I actually really like making my parents' room because I think they have an interesting furniture setup where they have like a lot of not cabinets, oh my gosh, dressers. I think because there's not a lot of closet space. So like, yeah, my mom has this armoire. That's not what it is, and it's a vanity. An armoire is like just like a dresser, right? Or am I just wrong? Was I right currently? So I'm trying to put in this closet in my parents' room, but nothing really is working super well. I think I end up cutting that out of my own room. So this is my room now. I was originally going to go with this bed, but I do actually have a futon in there right now, so that's kind of what's in there. And that giant TV, I do not have it. Okay, there is a giant TV in my room currently. Like, literally, it is as big as it is in The Sims, but it's not flat screen. It's like a big fat boy. It's like a big fat TV. I'm also really proud of my room, I think, because it is also one of the more accurate rooms, because, like, I remember it and I sleep in there every time I'm in there. So that's probably one of the rooms I'm in the most and can recall details about. Also, so I have a million stuffed animals. They're still in the house and they're all on these shelves. And I have all this trash. I'm sure my mom's watching and she's like, "Yep, that's how messy it is. She really needs to clean it up." Like, no shade, no tea to my mom. It is that messy and I do need to clean it up. But I'm barely there to the point where, like, I don't care. Like, it's this really horrible thing where I literally just go, "Oh, so this wall, before I forget, I actually painted, oh, geez, what's happening? Oh, no. Oh, geez, what is this? Okay. We're back. That was weird. Anyway, there is a wall in my room, which I used the like foresty paper for, which I painted a mural on. There's literally nothing in The Sims that is similar. I guess maybe I could have put like a painting on the wall or something, but it's mostly black and white. So where this tiny room is, I think there are a lot of cabinets, like built-in cabinets in my house that, like, they don't really have anything comparable in The Sims. So I just kind of like knock out the little room, and I end up putting like windows or maybe even like a door in there. I think I might put a window in this one. Let me see. I don't know. Okay. So this is my baby room. Like, this is where my room was as a child, and it now currently just like holds all of my dad's clothes and stuff. So, and the baby paper is still there. Like, I had Pooh Bear wallpaper and it is still in that room to this day. So I thought it was hilarious that I could put in like that stripy wallpaper. It's literally like that. It's literally like a stripe around the room, and within the stripe is Pooh Bear. And I had that wallpaper till I was, I don't know, 13. So now we have the attic, and the attic is literally just full of stuff. So I thought it was fun to put some crap. I love those boxes too. Now they're from Seasons, and you can use them to decorate your house. And in normal Sims games, I never know where to put them, so I loved being able to put them in the attic. I thought for maybe a second that room had carpet. See, it was like literally a flash of it, but I put a window there to act as a cabinet. And so I think I'm finishing up Oh, we have these beautiful lights outside. Thank you, Father. He loves his deck. He built that deck and it is beautiful and there's beautiful lights and it's a really good place. So I'm trying to find something. We have like a cover, but the other ones kind of overlapped the door too much. I didn't like that. So now I am really finagling because I really want to have a basement in this house. Like we have a basement, that's where our laundry is, and all of these staircases kind of like coincide in the exact same spot. So it was really, really difficult to build this into the house. Like they're literally like, I mean, I feel like in normal houses, a lot of the staircases like go on top of each other because it makes sense. But you can't do that exactly in The Sims. Like you can't have one staircase directly on top of the beep directly on top of the other one, which personally I kind of think is like BS because you can do that in reality and that's mostly how stairs are built. Anyway, this is the basement, which is once again similar to the attic, just kind of full of things. And I put these windows here in reality, those windows are there and they go to the outside, but you cannot do that in The Sims, so I kind of just put them there as like, oh, I totally forgot to finish that bathroom. We do have like this weird bathroom. I think it still works. It is with the archway, not the doorway. The doorway actually leads to a dark room my father built for my mother back when, especially when she was like really, really into photography. I don't know if it's ever been used, TBH. You gotta ask my mumsy. But the archway right there is supposed to lead to like a bathroom, but I'm realizing now I 100% forgot to put anything in there. So this is my dad's weird little man cave area. This computer is literally from the 90s. Like, I don't know how he still gets it to work. And then the shelf has all of, well, I didn't put a shelf there, but there's all this art stuff down there. And then my dad has like hard drives and he actually collects car radios because he works on car radios. So I put a bunch of radios on these shelves because I think that makes sense. I was really struggling to put these the accurate height of this shelf. And then I think last but definitely not least is this laundry room. So that window actually leads to a chute. Normally we have a chute in our house and the chute actually connects to the upstairs bathroom, but there was not enough like space or room to put it in there. So I actually think the laundry room is one of the more accurate rooms in the house, which is kind of interesting. I put clothes all over the floors because, I don't know, there's just so many clothes in there. And we also have these hangers in there where we kind of like put clothes up to hang. So yeah, I think I'm just finishing up this last room with a little mirror and we have a tiny, tiny painting right there. And oh, I do put in a garage. It's not useful, but it's there aesthetically. And I think that's pretty much it. Yep, so here are the screenshots. This is the exterior of the house. It kind of looks like my house. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. This is the living room. I like the colors. It's similar. This is the kitchen. I think it's really cute, honestly, just as a kitchen. It was the most modern part of our house. This is the dining room with me and my sister's senior portraits on the wall. The downstairs bathroom. I think this is one of the most accurate rooms. Here's another angle of it because it is so small and kind of needed another angle. This is the deck area, which I think is super cute. There are some bushes missing, but it was because the lot was too small. The sunroom, where a lot of our instruments are. My parents' bedroom, I think it's super cute. The furniture's super accurate. It's a little scary. Another angle of it, I guess. I don't know. The repeat screenshots are interesting. This is my sister's old room. I didn't know what to put in it because right now there's like nothing in it. This is the upstairs hallway. Cabinets are where that weird window thing is. Those are cabinets. This is my father's room, I guess you could call it, where my dad keeps his clothes. Our upstairs bathroom. It's a little bland. But And then this is my room with my sim watching the giant TV. Look how happy I am at that giant TV. Yes, I do have a giant teddy bear. I love it. And then finally, this is the attic. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Subscribe, I guess, and keep on building, you simmers.